Hey everybody, Mitch the Preacher here, preaching the gospel of gaming. Just getting kicked off here, Wolfie. No games just yet. I actually wanted to take a quick little run through. I got invited to the good old games Galaxy 2.0 launcher. So the big deal with this is that it's designed to be the be-all end-all launcher. We've heard that a lot before. But yeah, I'm going to take us all through the little walkthrough of what the closed beta is currently looking like. GOG has said that this is okay, that it's not under NDA or anything like that. Hi Sauce Guy, thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. So yes, this is the Galaxy 2.0 launcher. I had used the Galaxy launcher, I guess 1.0 launcher, several months ago and found it to be fairly limited to just the GOG.com library, of which my library, although it's not numerically indicating there, is not a huge thing. These are usually, I go to GOG.com for older titles, so I have the entire Ultima collection, one of my favorite old series of games. A few other little classics in there, and periodically GOG.com will also give away free games. So you've got your library of that. So when I first booted this up, it had me log into my GOG.com account, and this is all I saw were these games. The nice thing here is that this allows you to connect to Steam, Epic, Origin, Uplay, your Xbox library, and your PlayStation library. Now, obviously, the Xbox and PlayStation libraries are really just for some social tracking. They're still going to point you to the console to actually play the games. I did notice under Xbox that if you chose a game that is actually available in the Windows Store, for instance, I clicked on Rare Replay, and I went to install at the top here. It then launches your Windows Store. It has you log in, and you can see that Rare Replay is on sale for $14.99, down from $29.99. Now, it does say this is included with Xbox Game Pass for console, so it's very important still to make sure that you are not clicking this willy-nilly, not realizing that this is not an Xbox Game Pass for PC, and it's certainly not a game that you actually already own on your PC or are able to play it on your PC in any capacity. So it's just a matter of it's linking you to accounts that you still need to be a little bit aware of what it actually means. PlayStation is similar, so say I click on the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, I can't even click on the install because it doesn't have the integration there the way Xbox does naturally with the Windows Store. So it does direct me to my console to play the game. But the idea here is that your friends, which I was originally under the impression this was... want to explain this program? What do you mean, Sauce Guy? I'm in the process of explaining what this program is. This is GOG.com, which is Good Old Games launcher. It was originally designed to be a launcher specifically for their games purchased on their website, which are usually sold as DRM free, meaning that you don't actually need a launcher. But this version, 2.0, is designed to be the launcher of launchers. So you'll see I can click on my bottom right corner here. The only launcher I have running right now is GOG Galaxy. I do not have Steam running. I do not have Uplay running. I do not have Epic running, etc., etc. But this launcher is integrated with all of the other launchers to indicate that I have 812 games available to me on my computer. I can then also toggle that to just Windows, so that'll remove games that are Linux only, Xbox only, PlayStation only. So it's really, really, really cool. 99% of my library has box art, which I think is awesome. Only the odd game does not have box art, and I did not have to go through and manually add all of these files. This was all cloud-based on GOG.com, which is amazing. Oh, we've got people hitting 60 in the guild. That's awesome news. There is the odd one that is duplicated. And that is either duplicated in this situation because I hover over this and you'll see that it pops up with a description of Crysis 2 with the Steam logo. I do also own this game on Origin as well. Usually that's because I bought it in a bundle that came with both versions, or maybe Origin was giving away Crysis 2 for free at one point. And maybe I bought this on the Steam store or as a bundle. So very, very few duplicates, but they do exist. But yeah, you can scroll through that. It's really nice. Now there's all sorts of really cool filtering options. So I can actually apply a genre filter. Say I want to play RPGs. I can click there, and it then reduces to what the games have been tagged as in their database. So that's usually pulling information from GOG.com or Steam. Those generally agree. This is interesting. This is actually duplicated here, and both of the instances indicate that it is GOG. Actually, upon closer inspection, this is because this is Serpent Isle and Silver Seed, which is technically Ultima 7 Part 2. And this is Ultima 7, The Black Gate and Forge of Virtue, which is Part 1. This just means that the cover art is being duplicated. It's still in closed beta at this time. There's a few features that aren't there yet. One feature I was under the impression of, and I do expect it to have, is I just integrated all of these platforms. I want my friends list to be integrated. The fact that this indicates GOG under these friends makes me think that that is eventually going to be the case. But at its present state, they do not have that integration with all the platforms yet. So the nice thing there is I can click on my friends activity. And although this only lists my activity right now, all the achievements as I hit particular milestones of hours played and things like that, the idea is that eventually all of my social networks of all of my launchers will be here. And I'll be able to track as my friends reach different hours played milestones, achievements, etc. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be fully fleshed out by the time it hits open beta. Zero mention of when it's going to hit open beta. I was literally invited to the closed beta today. So I thought that we would jump into this, take a look around, see what we see. This is a new launcher of launchers. So a company that has had their own launcher for a while. This is actually the company. Wolfie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but GOG has ties with CD Projekt Red, the developers that made the Witcher series, right? I think that's correct, and also Cyberpunk 2077. I am now preaching the gospel of gaming. Truth. So we see that I have 37 games between these platforms installed at the moment. So I should be able to click on any game on this list, and it will launch, and I'm fairly sure it still takes a moment to then launch the appropriate launcher, make sure the game is updated, and then proceed. I believe GOG is basically developed by CD Projekt Red. Very good. I mostly understood that correctly. I should be able to click on this. It will launch the launcher, make sure the game is up to date, make sure the cloud save is in place, and proceed. I believe the intention is eventually that this launcher can also maintain, in a way, keeping all of your games up to date and keeping all cloud saves. But at this current time, the launcher requires the native launcher to launch, update the game, keep it updated, and then proceed with the launching. So, for instance, I want to play Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is now through Steam. I can click Destiny 2, I can click play. I do not have Steam running right now, so now we need to see, is it going to... So now it's launching Steam. I had already made sure that Destiny 2 was updated earlier today, so I doubt that it's going to need to update. But the idea here is that within a couple of seconds, it will launch into Destiny 2, and it's all supposed to be fairly seamless. I have not had any crashes at all in the launcher, but that being said, I've only been experiencing the launcher for about 20 minutes so far. So there, it launches into Destiny 2. For whatever reason, my OBS has been very, very finicky about displaying game capture properly for this. I usually have to Alt-Tab out. And there we go. Then I can Alt-Tab back in and we're good. So hopefully the Destiny 2 sound isn't too loud, because there are a few other things I wanted to talk about. So what is the platform, what is the launcher that is very obviously missing from this launcher list? It's Battle.net. So, your Warcraft, your Overwatch, your... now, that being said, this is kind of interesting. If I go to my recent, Overwatch is right here. So that's kind of interesting that I haven't added any non-integrated platforms yet. What the launcher still allows you to do is mark as owned, link the executable. I can now go into my my Blizzard folders, my Battle.net folders, find the Overwatch executable and attach it. It will then start up Battle.net and launch Overwatch through that. Although I have a very, very limited experience with Galaxy 2.0 so far, I think that this is brilliant. This is the launcher of launchers that I've wanted for quite some time. I hate the fact that my computer has to boot up running, without exaggeration, 7 different launchers, which obviously takes a while for all of those things to come online. I'm so rarely playing games on particular launchers. Now, that's the other really cool thing about this. I, at a moment's glance, can jump over to Uplay, which I very rarely have running in the background unless I'm actively playing Division 2, and I can see, oh frig, I have Assassin's Creed Origins, I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I really should play those, I keep meaning to play those, but because I don't have Uplay running constantly, it's not front of mind that I even have these games. I completely forgot that I got Steep for free a while ago. Now that the snow has arrived outside, maybe I've got a hankering to play a snowboard or ski game. There's Steep. I got it for free. Why don't I give it a try? So it's really, really quite cool. I'm very, very happy with it. The other launcher it doesn't have, which with the 0.12 update coming very quickly here, I of course need to add games. I've already connected all of the platforms that it had available to me. That being said, because it doesn't have really all that much integration with Xbox and PlayStation, I think I might remove those platforms because it's really just confusing. But I can add game. I can add a game manually. I had already searched for Escape from Tarkov. It came up. It already has box art. It already has a background screen. I can mark as owned. I can link the executable. And I can find that. So really, really cool. I believe... yeah, until I link the executable, it is not in my installed. But it is in my all games now, I believe. There's Escape from Tarkov with the box art. There's Overwatch with the box art. It's really, really cool. I'm super happy with it so far. Oh, and I closed it. So launching Destiny 2 from this was fairly seamless. I thought that was pretty good. And I think that being able to search through the box art is also going to really help me in the odd chance, in the off chance, in the rare occasion that I'm not sure what I want to play. Very rarely does this happen, but like there's Beat Cop. I remember reading about that game and it sounding really cool, but because there's such a long list and it is just words of games in my Steam library, I so rarely end up discovering games in my own library because I'm not looking at box art. It doesn't look... the word Beat Cop does not trigger in my brain me remembering reading about it the way the cover art very clearly does. So really, really happy. I plan on... my intention is to have this set up to launch when my computer first starts up and no other launcher. Now, if Steam's updates end up being an issue where I go to launch a game on Steam that I want to play now and it prompts me with a 3, 4, 5 gigabyte update, well, yeah, then I'm going to need to have at least Steam running in the background because I have the largest amount of games installed on the Steam platform. But yeah, really excited about this. Being able to jump over to Epic, this is a awesome thing to see because The only game in this entire Epic Game Store library I have paid money for is World War Z. Every other game on this list I've received by systematically watching the Epic Game Store release a free game or multiple games every week. So as of today, Minute is the free game on the Epic Game Store, and next week is Surviving Mars. And Surviving Mars is actually a game that I've been recommended by several people to play, and several people have recommended my wife play it as well. So I'm going to make sure that my wife downloads the Epic Game Store on her computer and gives Surviving Mars a try. Yeah, yes, Metro, sorry, not Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus is not on there. It's just Metro 2033 Redux. They were giving that away, I think, about 3 weeks ago. That was one of the more recent ones. But yeah, not Exodus. Right? Here, all games. I have 2033 on Steam and 2033 Redux on Epic Game Store. And I do actually really want to go through this series of games one of these days, because it kind of has, well, being kind of an Eastern European based game, I'm very interested in that series of games. Escape from Tarkov kind of scratches that itch for now. I got all the Batman that they gave out. Yep. Scroll down here, we'll see I got the Batman Lego 1, 2, and 3, Batman Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight. So that's awesome. And it's just a neat little visual to see, like, everyone's been crapping on the Epic Game Store, but holy crap, like, look at the content that they've given away for free. I remember the first game they gave away for free was Subnautica, or at least the first game that I grabbed was Subnautica, and it works with VR for free. It was one of my first VR experiences, definitely my most positive VR experience to start. It was one of the first VR games I could play without getting motion sick. Fantastic game, would love to go back. Once I get my performance situation sorted out, I would love to go back on Subnautica. Unfortunately, VR streaming is a little bit too unstable for me on my current setup right now. But more details of that to come soon, I hope. So I believe the intention is that it works with Steam Cloud saves eventually. You swear I said SoundCloud? Right now, the only cloud save function it has is with their GOG.com cloud save enabled titles, of which I think that there's a good assortment of them. But yeah, pretty nifty platform, pretty nifty launcher, really happy. I know that GOG.com is doing tremendous things. They're great for the industry. A lot of games that have launched on exclusive platforms have still managed to find their way onto GOG.com. For those people who hate DRM, it's been really, really good for the gaming industry. And of course, CD Projekt Red knows what the heck they're doing and are going to absolutely knock it out of the park with Cyberpunk 2077 next year. I don't know when 2.0 is making its way from closed beta to open beta. I was just invited to the closed beta today, so all the experience I have with the launcher right now is with you folks. So yeah, great practicing DRM-free games, actually allowing people to own the game, not just the digital license to game. And it's a very good point to bring up. My buddy was having issues with Steam. It was either yesterday or the day before, and he was not able to actually play a few of his games offline. It actually prompted him to connect to Steam, which was down at the time. He was actually locked out of that content. So although we all see Steam as this infallible platform, we have to keep in mind that it is a DRM platform. It is a digital rights management platform. You are purchasing the license to play that game, not the actual ability to own that game. So it's a pretty nasty thing that could come out of that if anything was to dramatically negatively happen to Steam. So we all have to keep that in mind. But enough about me yammering on. Did either of you have any other questions about the 2.0 launcher? Is there anything else in it that you wanted to see? They do have connection to the GOG.com store. I should also mention that. It seems to be a pretty nice interface. This is kind of funny that this launched in closed beta today, or at least I'm gaining access to it to closed beta today, and yet the interface is already 1,000 times better than the Epic Games Store. That's really my only knock against the Epic Games Store at the moment, is their launcher is quite primitive still. Even with the updates recently, there's still a couple things that it simply does not have. So it's nice to see this storefront, to be able to browse deals, for you to be able to click on a game, purchase it, and immediately jump right into your GOG.com category. Easy peasy. Now I have questions how to see all your games. So all the games there, I have 814 games between these platforms. In reality, I probably have closer to 830 games, because this doesn't include BattleNet, Escape from Tarkov. What other launchers does it not have? Any games that I like, old games that I've installed on my computer using any means other than an online marketplace? I can't think of any of those off the top of my head. Maybe even Warcraft 3 is through BattleNet. No, that's pretty much it. You folks think of any other launchers that are not integrated here naturally? I'm sure the BattleNet launcher, the Blizz launcher, will come soon. I did a great job of explaining it. Thank you, Wolfie. Appreciate it. You just got GOG but can't see your games. So you should still be able to get the GOG Galaxy launcher, just not the 2.0 launcher, which will allow you to see games on your GOG account. What I'm previewing here is a closed beta of the GOG Galaxy 2.0 launcher that has all launchers integrated into it. Yeah, what I'm previewing right now is not available to the general public. That's why I thought it'd be really neat to kind of take a walk through it. Yes, the 2.0 launcher, which you can still sign up to gain access to closed beta. I signed up for closed beta the day that the system was the very first day you could register for this program. Yeah, 1.0, you can't see games except the GOG.com games. So games that you've specifically purchased through your GOG.com account, if there are any. Yeah, so if this interests you, I would welcome you to go to, I believe it's goggalaxy.com. I can actually confirm that right now for you. So it's GO Galaxy, so gogalaxy.com. The two G's between GOG and Galaxy, they've put those G's together, so it's gogalaxy.com. I suppose goggalaxy.com was just one too many G's. The only thing I'm looking forward to before jumping to 2.0 is the Steam Cloud save. I can certainly keep everyone up to date on when and how the closed beta is progressing, and as soon as they give a time frame on open beta, I'll be happy to distribute that to everybody on my Discord.